Evening, everyone. How are you? It is Talkback with Thane and Sophia for a Wednesday, and it's nice to have your company wherever you're watching, live or on demand through YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter, LinkedIn. I really appreciate you tuning in and watching. Evening, Sophia. How are you?
Kia ora, Thane.
Oh,
I'm good.
Good.
How are you? How was your schnitzel?
It was really good.
Yeah.
3 generous portions of pork schnitzel.
What did you have on the side?
I had a little bit of just a mixed salad.
Oh.
I'm still getting through that. That's just kind of like, that's the mop up. I'm just going to put it over there.
That's the secondary thing to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I've been doing this. Hi, Sarah. I've been doing this pretty intensive intermittent fasting, and then I've done very, very well for the last few weeks. And then tonight I just was like, I had a funny day.
Mm-hmm.
You know those days where sometimes you just feel a bit like subpar, a bit blah, a bit,
Yeah.
And I just thought, I'm gonna eat cookies. And so I did.
Guess
It
what?
was really
I did
quite
the same exact thing. I said, I'm going to have a country piece of fried chicken from the bakery down the road. And
Yeah.
I mopped that up with a custard pie. And if there was mellow yellow going, I would have had some as well. But no, I chose the water.
You're 170. I love it.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I ferreted about in my cupboard and found some of these delicious Mrs. Higgins cookies, and I thought, yeah, look, I'm gonna have 2 of these.
Good
And
on
it
you.
was great. It was grand. Anyway,
Tonight is an open mic night, everybody. So we've got a few poets and performers coming in around 9:40. It's a very special night for the performance community. We'll turn out in droves. It'll be like a groundswell protest, well organised and very high numbers.
fantastic.
Yeah. But in the meantime,
What's that poetry one where they kind of like yell lyrics at you?
I don't know. Let's go and see Benny now. He's wanting to come on in. So
Benny will know.
Yeah. Evening to our fart checker, Benny Mack.
Welcome on, and those farts totally stink. Did you say fart checker or fact checker?
Fact checker, Benny.
Okay, I thought that was a Freudian slip, or a fraud slip, as I like to say. Sophia Mantell, I'm totally with you. Intermittent fasting, the feeding window, I'm with you. And you know what? Chocolate cookies, the right chocolate cookie. It's a contentious subject. You've obviously got Miss Higgins, which is kind of a old school, new school underground brand that not a lot of people know about. But then, of course, there's
chunky as all hell.
They're chungus. There's, of course, the Subway cookie, which is more of like a soft style.
I like the almond with the macadamia nut and white chocolate Subway cookie. That's a favourite of mine.
That's good, Thane. Good, Thane. Cookie time.
With a nice banana zap. Wow.
Banana zap, I'm with you, and or Primo, and a bottle of Primo. Cookie time, the Cookie Time cookie. That's from down south. That's iconic. And those
you couple that with a weak Air New Zealand cup of tea, and God Almighty, fantastic!
It's a good flight. It's a good flight, and before you know it, you're touching down. And of course, you can't forget the old chocolate chippy. Or the chocolate chip cookie, the cheap one from the supermarket.
Well, are you talking about the Griffins? Is that
the red packet, the one with the teddy bear, and basically the one that's good for about 5 to 10 minutes after opening it. If you leave it for like 3 hours, they're soft and they taste like trash.
Yeah,
a pro user tip here: if you want to keep them fresh, chuck them in the icebox. That's a pro tip from Benny Mack. And later on, from 10 to 11, Talking Smack with Benny Mack. I'm looking forward to your open line talkback. I'm looking to Martin Bomber Bradbury. I'm looking forward to everybody winning this summer, getting the best tan ever. And we're going to do it together.
Does it look like I'm a bit nude?
I like it. It's good for the ratings. It's working well. They said it's kind of like that sexy movie where the girl turns up on the beach with the hair covering her nipples. I'm about that. We're going to keep it. We're going to keep you on.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And you've got nipples. We know that, but we just haven't said that out loud. So that's cool.
What?
Nothing. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Benny. It's nice having election day coverage dedicated to cookies. I've been following that with glee. Thank you. We'll come back to you very shortly. Hamish Crocker is chiming in. Used to live next to Cookie Time Factory in Templeton. 1K of broken cookies for $10. Not bad.
That's not bad. How did they break though? Did they land on the floor?
I don't know. I think it's just a hazard. But
right. No, hazardous.
Hamish, what a score! Oh my God, 1 kg of broken cookies for $10.
Didn't you just read that?
Yeah,
Why did you do that twice?
I'm thinking on it now.
Oh.
Yeah. Did someone say pies? Kiwi Bear and Oliver Finlay punching in with my nipples removed in a smelting accident.
Oh, that's from The Spy Who Shagged Me, Austin Powers.
Hamish Crocker, oven mishap, obviously.
Oven mishap. Man, have you seen those commercial ovens though? They're absolutely huge. They're dangerous. You don't want to step inside. Let's
push on with our special guest, Bomber Bradbury, everybody. It's time to walk politics. There he is, the chief of the daily blog, Martin Bomber Bradbury. How are you, mate? Good?
Coming to you live from my courtyard here in the lovely Mount Eden.
Fantastic.
Are you
to be honest, Bombs, you look like you're coming live from 1992. Those glasses are sensational.
That's right.
That's awesome.
I like those bricks.
Yeah.
It looks like you're on the inside of a pizza oven, and that's the little door that you
I live inside the pizza oven. My bedroom comes straight onto the courtyard, so it's just beautiful.
Fantastic.
Very excited. Of course, very excited because next week, Monday, 7:30 p.m, my very first and my very own political podcast starts, streaming out live. My first guests are David Seymour and Simon Bridges. So that should be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, we've had those guys. Oh, awesome. Hey, Stuart Nash thinks Groundswell are about racists and anti-vaxxers, but come on, give me a break. Groundswell is the backbone. It's the farmers. They're organised. You know, they have to get cheap milk and cows shorn. They got stuff going on. He's got a
but they're also they are definitely those things. But they're also full of racist and anti-vaxxers. I don't think we can deny that. The Moira Rapid chapter was so concerned that the anti-vaxxers were going to take over their protest that they just cancelled it. And let's not forget Ross Tishbit, who was the bloke running the Hamilton branch of that. Lordy Lord, he posted a disgracefully racist picture of Nanaia Mahuta, and he had to stand down from his job with a dairy company for it. So,
well, they forced him out, didn't they? Because they won't tolerate Groundswell won't tolerate that kind of behaviour.
Well, look, I mean, I think here's the situation. Groundswell absolutely have legitimate complaint, I think, against some of the ideas that Wellington have cooked up to try and save waterways. The farmers are pointing to the demand that we've got to plant certain crops in certain areas and certain times of the year. Well, the farmers have come back and said those crops won't grow during the times you've told us. So some egghead in Wellington has come up with some ideas and hasn't checked with the actual people who've got to implement them. So there is some legitimacy there. But let's not pretend that the bloody farmers have had it very good for a very long period of time. Just under John Key, let's not forget, he sold 49% of our collective hydro assets, took that money, 400 million, and put it in a slush fund for irrigation to turn parts of Canterbury into lush, plentiful grass fields, which we know isn't sustainable. So, and a lot of these dairy farmers, the intensive ones, are also up to their eyeballs in debt because they had to take on a huge amount of debt to intensify more dairy on their farms. I'm not interested in dairy farmers feeding 50 million people around the world. I'm only interested in farmers feeding the 5 million here. I want to respect my farmer for bringing me the kai and the good food that I love and providing food for us all. We absolutely want to do that. But, you know, there's been a lot of abuse of our environment for a very long time, and our waterways are more polluted than ever before. So we want to work with the farmers, absolutely. But, yeah, come on.
We've got a message there, Sophia. Do you want to read that one out?
The truth is, history is blessed in this country. Maoris are noted being the backbone of 1800 to 1900 farms. This current government is racist, zero respect for history and future development. Land grab again.
And all power to that statement, but I'm not sure there isn't any land being grabbed.
I was just going to say, should we recap on what we're talking about so that
because absolutely, for a long period of time there, Māori were the biggest farmers in this country. But that's just not the case now. And let's not forget that as New Zealanders, we allow the farmers to create a monopoly, Fonterra, that controls all the prices, and we do that so that they can get a better price overseas. But it's not benefiting you and me, right? So let's produce enough milk and enough food for us here that we're able to enjoy the best pie in the world.
But what happens to the farmers who make their money and they've got businesses that only work on scale? What happens then? So how do we we only need X amount, who's out the back door and who's you can keep farming and
that's really simple. It's a real simple answer, right? 90% of our dairy is milk powder that we sell overseas to the industrial manufacturing industry, right? They use our milk powder as a base ingredient in the shit food that they manufacture. And the problem for our dairy industry is that the millisecond that you can create a synthetic product cheaper than what we're able to organically as milk powder, if you can create a synthetic milk powder, those companies will just turn around and cut us loose and pick up this cheaper ingredient. Just like that. The entire bloody... So I think it's a sunset industry and we'll put all our eggs in one basket. It's time...
Okay, so you think we're dying in that sector anyway?
Well, yeah, you think about it. For all of the chocolate that we eat, all of the fast food that we eat, all of the base ingredients of manufactured food is our milk powder. Well, the second they can get a cheaper version, a synthetic version of that, they don't need organic New Zealand milk powder. And all of that would just go belly up overnight.
Yeah.
Kiwi Bear says Fonterra is our own Samsung. However, can we talk about what we still own? Water and what? Everything else has been sold. Don Brash is ruining my Mike Hosking breakfast show with his ad saying 3 waters ain't shit. Don't go for it. There's a better way. What's going on there? Bring us up to date.
What? Hold on. What does that mean? What are you talking about?
Oh, Don Brash. He's a former leader of the Labour Party, national politician.
Go with the glasses. Gotcha.
Yeah. Hi, Don Brash here. If you think that the water should be going back to the Maoris and we're all one people flying one flag, then go to 3waters.co.nz. Sign up. So he's getting amongst the whole thing.
Yeah. What it is the Three Waters is Labor's plan to step in and effectively nationalise all of the water around the country. So you've got some councils that do a really good job of looking after water, storm water, wastewater, fresh water. They do a great job. Auckland, for example, does a pretty good job. But a lot of the councils around the country do a shit job of looking after their water, and that water gets easily polluted. It becomes sewage overruns, and also a lot of the problem for the local councils is they don't have enough money. Like their debt is so high they can't borrow any more to upgrade the pipes and the facilities. So what the government has said is they've stepped in and said, what we'll do is we'll take all of the water assets and we will run it. And we will repair the pipelines, and we will repair the infrastructure. So it's like a nationalisation. So it's taking it up.
In exchange for what? What do they get out of that? Anything, or is it just
what do who get out of it?
The government, or do they get?
What the government does is it gets control over the water assets, so that you don't have sewage running into our rivers, so that there is clean drinking water, so that the infrastructure can handle the growth. And in doing so, and in stepping in and taking this over, obviously one of the things that happens with that is that the local iwi get to have some say over how that water gets managed. And that's because they have a sacred connection to the water. They have generations of understanding of how certain areas and certain local waterways work and don't work. And they have this connection, and it seems a little outrageous if they have all the obligations and responsibilities for pure water. They don't get any say. Well, this government is all about co-governance and letting Māori sit at the table and have a say about things, which is, it's a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. But the Dom crashers and the very reactive white people in New Zealand, they go, "Where's the Maori stealing the water?"
What's the main reason, Bomber? What does New Zealand get out of Three Waters if the government take it back? New Zealand owns. Sorry?
The classic example is what happened in Havelock North, right? 5,000 people were poisoned. 5,000. That was on our watch. We all sat around and watched that.
God.
So it's about what we get out of it, what we collectively get out of it. It's water that we can drink and not get sick from.
Okay, so we're not talking about them getting some sort of ability to, sell that water outside of everybody else. Anything like that. There's no huge leverage that we're missing and being misguided here.
I see what you're saying. And look, that's a very. If there's any valid, you're right. If there's any valid concern about what are they going to do with it, you're absolutely right. If a national law act government got in, it's conceivable that they could privatise the water and sell it. National good, act good, maybe it's not impossible. They do like selling off state assets. But I think the backlash of any government that tried to privatise our water would be almost a civil uprising, right? I don't think New Zealanders would expect that. You've taken all of our water assets and now you're going to sell them to an overseas corporation. No.
Bob, can I just quickly ask a question? What have we got to do to tank the Queen and become a republic? She's about to die. Rumour has it she might not make it till Christmas. They're putting on a brave front, wheeling her into different rooms and making her shake her hands with people. And she's tired. She's about to hit 100 soon, and looks like she's over it. Can't we just let the past die the past and cruise on and elect a president? How do we do this? What do we need for that to happen?
I don't know if it would be that smart of an idea for us to sever all of those connections and just go to a New Zealand version. And I say that because New Zealand is such a small place. It's very easy to get very cliques. And you can have these little groups look after things for themselves, set the thing. With us having this external relationship with Mother England, if you will, it's like an adult in the room. They can say, whoa, I think for a country as small as New Zealand, maybe we need it. I'm not certain. I mean, I had real issues about the Privy Council being ended in Britain. The idea that we would have a final say in the Privy Council in England meant that if somebody had built a career on a bad piece of law or a bad prosecution, and they worked their way up through the ranks till they finally heard the complaint from one of the prosecutors, then they was effectively presiding over their own mistakes. And I don't think that anyone's ever going to right those wrongs. So having an external power that compels you to, I mean, what would happen if the Queen were to pass? Clearly, her son Charles very much wants the job. He's not. I mean, there has been some speculation and suggestion it would go straight on to Will because he's the more popular royal. But Charles actually wants to have a say, and I think he would be a very, very different kind of royal. Whereas
he's waited like 75 years for it, hasn't he? It's just like,
Can you imagine if it just skipped him? Imagine how devastated he would be.
Oh well, look, but he's also quite radical. Like if you look at him from an environmental perspective, he is uber green. And
really?
Oh god, yeah, and has been since the 1970s. And if he were to become king, he would actually drive a very different kind of royal, and would be far more political than the Queen ever was.
That would be interesting to see, wouldn't it?
Yeah. People don't understand that about his princeness, but he is hardcore environmental and very sustainable, and would push Britain quite actively.
We just sort of look at him and like laugh at him and go, hey, looks a bit like a horse or something, and he's never going to get there. And we don't actually know much about him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't actually. Me personally, I don't know much about him and his policy. We don't ever hear anything about it.
And that's because, the roiling monarch, the Queen, takes all of that duty. She is there, and her views are very focused on sacrifice and service that was fought during World War II. Whereas Charles became radically environmental in the 70s. He has run all of his estates sustainably, producing organic food, will only, look to the most, the latest technology and cutting down fuel consumption and what have you. He would be a very radical king, and a very different king from the Queen. And I don't think the system understands that or appreciates it. And of course, because Britain is a constitutional monarchy, the king or the Queen is not supposed to have a political view on things. Charles very much would. I
mean, if we didn't have a Queen when she dies, we could actually put people we like on the money, which would be quite nice, wouldn't it? David Longley. I want David Longley on the money.
Well, Paul Holmes.
Paul Holmes on the money.
On the money.
Dame Kath Tizard. We've got Benny Mack waiting in the wings with some comments. Benny Mack, fact checker, welcome back.
Oh, very much. Yeah, I concur with your statement there, Bomber. Yes, Prince Charles is super woke. In fact, maybe one of the most woke 73-year-olds that I know of, except for maybe Biden. How old's Biden? He's like 78 or something, isn't he?
He's crazy old, yeah. Some people say he's not even going to run again. Do you know anything about that, Bombs? Is he going to run again?
He said that he would, and last week Kamala Harris became the first woman president for 82 minutes.
That's right.
Joe Biden was put under this last week for an operation on his colon, and for the time he was out, they have to swear the powers over to the vice president. Yeah. So for 82 minutes, he was in charge of the nuclear codes.
Wow. Interesting that. 82, almost as old as he is.
Right?
Yeah.
He does look a bit decrepit and, like
a mummy. Decrepit?
Well,
yeah, he's like a walking corpse. They're
going to have a terrible, terrible time of it next year in the midterms, where the Democrats are looking to lose the House absolutely to the Republicans. And off the back of that, you'll see Trump going out and backing a whole bunch of Republican candidates. And he has already said that he'll announce at the end of the midterm season next year, he'll announce whether or not he's running for 2024. And I think that at this point, all indicators are that he will be. What's particularly concerning, as far as for me as a political geek, is that in America, everything is up for election, right? Every public position is up for election. Even the people who collate the ballots on the election day, those people are up for election. And they're very, 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 very low down in the rankings of, any ticket. But what's interesting with Trump is that he is going to all these low-ranking races to support and endorse specific Republican candidates who will be collating the votes on the election day.
Wow!
Because there are arcane laws within the system where if someone who's counting the votes feels that there has been some sort of discrepancy, they don't have to give the vote, right? So they hold back the vote, and if enough ballot holders do that, then it goes to the House of Representatives, and they make the decision who wins the election. So if you were cynical, like I am, you would feel that Trump is actually setting it up so that he can steal the election and not win it.
Wow.
Like having all of these people who are supposed to be counting the votes not declare, and it would go to the House, which he might have a Republican majority in, and he'll just steal the election. Because if that's how you wanted to steal the American election,
that's how you do it.
Right? That's what you do.
And he's the guy to do it. If anyone's going to do it, that jerk would be the guy. He's
stole the election, it would be Trump, right? It's so corrupt.
He's so bad.
I love it. But that's America for you. That's America.
Yeah.
I love that about America.
I don't get it. I don't understand how something so incredibly ridiculous has happened, And I think that really shocked a lot of the world. Was like, did that actually just happen? They let that guy in?
It's
wow.
It's like American democracy is that Monty Python knight who keeps getting hacked off or parts of his tis but a flesh wound, tis but a flesh. One arm off, the other arm off, one leg. It's fine, we'll get along. And I think something horribly wrong has gone on in American democratic.
I just thought they kind of would have been a bit smarter, It was just like it just revealed this really scary open wound they've got going on over there that they just maybe a bit not quite.
Well, last week, let's not forget, a whole bunch of QAnon Trump MAGA supporters were waiting in Times Square. Sorry, not Times Square. The grassy knoll where Kennedy was assassinated. They were expecting his son to turn up. His son, who's been dead 12 years. They were expecting his son to turn up and declare new martial law in America. And I just think that if you believe Kennedy is going to return, I mean, it's up there with, Elvis will come back this New Year's Eve. And I think that what we've seen with our own protests in Wellington is that some people have become so unhitched from reality, they're living in their own fucking dimension.
Yeah. That's very bizarre behaviour.
Horrifying behaviour. In fact, we were actually. I was pinned to the computer screen. I was watching the live stream on that fateful day from the grassy knoll. It was horrifying. Unfortunately, they didn't declare martial law, but it would have been quite an incredible bomber. We're going to keep you posted if we find any changes.
Let's go, Brandon.
That's right. LGBBQ. Let's go, Brandon. Let's get a barbecue.
Let's do it.
What I also don't find very cool over there and very surprising and terrifying is all the legislation around abortion rights. Can you
It's frightening, isn't
fucking
it?
believe what is happening?
It really is Handmaid's Tale shit, eh? I
It
mean,
is.
when I got my head around what they were doing in Texas, it's
Oh my god.
so in Texas, right? What they changed the law to was anyone who is helping someone get an abortion,
Yes.
they can be dogged in.
Yep. They get a fine of like 30,000.
For a $10,000 bounty.
Yeah.
So you've got all these
Or
crazy.
they go to jail. So if you're a doctor and you give someone like the details, I'm just moving to plug my computer in. Thanks, Thane. That's awesome.
That's not better. Let's yeah. Nothing says abortion rights like this. Go on.
Yeah. Okay. I've got something to say here. Look.
Go for it.
It's happening. It's happening for me. It's going to happen. Here it comes. So, no, it is pretty scary. And this has been developing for quite some time. And everyone's just sort of been quiet about it. And then they've just ordered in and slowly chopped up these little sections. And now the entirety of Texas is under this law. So they also are now allowed to keep track of your menstrual cycle. And if they find out that you've missed a period and you've had a time where you didn't have any ovulation,
Right.
and then all of a sudden you're back on, you go in and you ask for birth control or something, they'll question you. If you lose a baby, if you have a miscarriage, you can be questioned, and then they want to bring it to the point where you'll be charged with murder. Right? So you might lose a child and you can be charged with murder.
Right.
Yet Kyle Rittenhouse can go and fucking slay human beings and walk away, and they're fully grown human beings walking around. It's just like, how is this happening? What is going on? I don't understand. Do you understand?
There is this crazy control over women's bodies in America, and
Yes.
I think it's deeply damaging, and I think that it's ugly, and I think it's horrific. I am very, 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 very pro-choice. I'm so pro-choice you want to kill the baby a week after birth? Hey, I'm with you. If you really into this after all, I'm okay with that. Women can kill them as long as men don't have to pay for it. I mean, I think it's fair deal. It's fair deal. No, I think it's
killing a baby, and this is the thing, and it's about healthcare, and it's about mental health, and it's about fiscal health.
Yes.
And all of these different components that directly correlate to women specifically.
Yes.
And the only people that are really affected by this are the women and the children. So, okay, if you're going to make it that you have to have that child, okay, well then what happens? What happens to the fiscal responsibility of that child? Is that going to be taken on by the government? Is that going to be aided properly? Where do they draw the line of giving a shit about children? Because they clearly don't care about kids. Have a look at all the other statistics in that country about what's going on with child poverty, abuse, neglect, it's like trafficking, anything. They don't give a shit. But they will not have you be pregnant, then not be pregnant.
Right. I just think that it is totally a woman's choice, and it's a decision between her and her health provider. It's nobody else's business. There should be no cost incurred. It should be as easy as possible for a woman. If she doesn't want to do it, right? But the consistent control of women's bodies, the consistent control and reach into their own agency and autonomy. Let's be brutally honest here. Men would not tolerate from a government agency that kind of intrusion into our lives. And if men would not put up with it, then why the hell should the sisters have to?
Exactly.
We would never
imagine men being told, like, you cannot ejaculate and waste that. Don't waste that. You're going to have to put that somewhere, and if you don't, we're going to arrest you. You know what I mean? Like, there are many babies you've just thrown over there on that towel, and we want to see them live.
I mean, it's. I just think that what they're doing in America is so damaged, and I truly fear that unless the adults get back to the table and start just saying this is not a state's responsibility, they can start changing the direction on this. The problem, what they did in Texas was so Machiavellian, because it's not the state that's doing it. It's private citizens who are dobbing in people, right? Yeah. So they can step back and go, well, it's not us, but it's it's private citizens. So they were able to bypass that, and I just think that shows a level of spite and malice. I mean, how much do they hate women, for God's sakes, in their country?
Guys,
because then it's turning people against each other, and it's making this really good and evil scenario, and it is really Handmaid's Tale. And humans are not that great. If it's him or I, or her or I, it's going to be me. We're going to save ourselves at the end of the day. So it's a pretty scary scenario.
Yeah.
Sorry, Thane?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. What about this? Hang on, Bomber might get it. Forgive me.
That's okay. You take your time. The Rittenhouse ruling was interesting. I mean, it was interesting because I kind of felt right from the beginning he was going to get off on self-defense. Very, very.
Oh, how? What have I missed? Okay, what have I missed? Why did you think that?
Oh God! Because it was self-defense.
Because he's white.
What?
No.
No. See, I think the problem is that when you look at things, particularly as news media, just through the identity of if you just through the lens of identity politics, you miss the bigger issue. And this story was sold as he went out there and killed Black Lives Matters people, he shot black people, he did business so terrible, and then he walked around with his hands up, and the police didn't even arrest him. This is just everything about toxic male, and we're just like, whoa. Number one. The 3 people he shot were white, okay? One of them was a child molester. The other one was a domestic abuser, right? They were both in the street rioting at the time. This kid, Rittenhouse, lived in this area. His parents lived there.
Kenosha, Wisconsin.
The day before he was at the local school scrubbing graffiti off, he went there, of course, like a bloody deranged kid going, well, if the police aren't going to look after the businesses, I'm going to get there. And he had a medical pack on him. He went and he helped some of the protesters who got hurt, providing medical, He was running around. These protesters who were rioting saw him, and they said, I'm going to fucking kill you if I see you loaded without your gun, and started mouthing off to him. One of them had a handgun. They attacked him. He ran and tried to back off. Oh shit, he realised he was really in trouble. He fired shots at these guys to stop them attacking him. He then ran a couple more blocks with them chasing him. He got cornered again. He shot them again. Remember, one of them was armed. And then he wounded.
He was getting attacked with a skateboard around the head.
So I think the matter though that we are missing, I guess, that the narrative, it's kind of a weird one because it fits in, but it also doesn't. So in this context, he has defended himself, but because it's wrapped up into Black Lives Matters, what the point of it is that people are getting to is, if he was black, he would have acted in self-defense, yet he would have been punished and put on trial for murder. And
you could make that argument, and I think we'd all understand that. But this wasn't. The problem is not pumped up 17-year-old boys and their heteronormative toxic masculinity. It's that boys think they have to go on the street because the police have just walked away, right? They have to go and protect their neighbourhoods. That's the headspace they've all gotten into. Now, I think gun culture's crazy. I don't think he should have had a bloody gun. Yeah. I think it's the worst idea in the world. But from the strictest legal definition, he was well within his legal rights to defend his life. And that's what he did. And maybe doing their job in the first place, he wouldn't think that he needs to go on the street and protect his local businesses.
The concerning thing is, in a way, how quickly we are to defend rioters who will burn an entire city to the ground, but not the ones that are willing to stand there, bear arms legally, and protect those assets.
But I think, though, actually, there's it's not as cut and dry as that. A lot of people who are protesting, are not there to ruin everybody's stuff. They're there to make a point. And there are people with children, and there are people with good intentions, and there's a lot of different. It's very nuanced.
Isn't that the point, though, that it is nuanced? Because let's not forget, the original reason why people were rioting that night was because there was a media story about a black man who had been attacked by the cops, and there was a shooting there, and everyone was going crazy. Everyone had been fired up, but they got crucial details wrong, particularly that the black guy actually had a knife and lunged at the police officer first before he was shot. So it was a mischaracterization of the original event, which exploded tensions. He gets sucked into that maelstrom, and then this latest event occurs. I mean, I just think that hate begets hate, and that for a lot of it, the left have turned a blind eye to the more violent groups of our side because they're allies, and we're going, well, we're not going to look at their violence, but we're going to call it out when the right wing do it. Well, I just don't think that's a luxury you get. I don't think you should be being violent politically at any time. That's a dangerous. We fight our ideas with our thoughts and our words and our arguments. We never pick up physical violence against each other, for Christ's sakes. That's the path of destruction.
Well, I think that's America, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty interesting stuff. There was actually some video footage, because this incident was actually filmed, was one of the most videoed instances of its kind in modern history. And I'm an avid live streamer, and I'm actually a personal acquaintance of a guy whose live stream footage was used in this case, and I was actually watching the shooting live. So I was virtually across the street from the shooting as it happened, experiencing it in real time. I've dropped the link in the chat. His name is Reg Incognito. He works with the homeless on Skid Row, and he travels around live streaming. He's bought bulletproof vests, headgear. He's an extreme journalist, live streamer, citizen journalism.
Oh, he's living the dream.
He's living the dream. I watched cities burn in real time. I was there on the day watching them storm the Capitol. I saw it all. I was in Pelosi's office at the laptop as it was getting infiltrated. All you have to do is search. Yeah. But yeah, it was intense. I pretty much seen everything. I was across the street from the breakout hospital in Wuhan before the world knew whether you could live in the same block with the virus or not. And you could. There was an Aussie guy saying, look, I live here. But yeah, so that link's in chat.
Wow.
Yeah, very insightful angle.
We've
got a shooter. Chaos. People sprinting. It's dark. There's buildings burning. There's a gas station down the block about to blow up. There's cars upturned on the street. There's pallets of bricks. X, Y, Z. It's all wild.
Can we get him on the show maybe later on this week or next week?
Quite possibly.
It'd be good to get sort of a highlights package, because I don't have the time to...
What's the last 20 years of live events?
Unfortunately, or fortunately for me. But I would, there's a couple I wouldn't mind seeing some little things going on there. Let's make a highlights package. Right, who's got the offending phone? It's Thane.
That's the Thane Kirby move.
Of course it is. 9:45 on a Wednesday night. What is he thinking? He's got a phone call. So what else?
I'm actually going to...
Please,
breaking news, everyone.
Here we go.
Breaking news, National MP Simon Bridges demoted, relieved of portfolio positions due to historic allegation of serious misconduct. With female caucus colleague, broken 3 minutes ago.
Simon Bridges will be on my show on Monday, so please tune in and we'll find out all the details live 7:30 p.m. Monday.
Thane, you know what to do, eh? Book him for tomorrow night.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've got to get there.
No, you can't hold on. I'm talking
Even
about
Friday's fine, Thane.
I guarantee
this week.
I guarantee Bomber he will cancel all his media and he's going to go and die.
No, he's promised me Monday. He's promised me Monday.
This is
Alright.
going to ruin his shot at his big comeback.
Well,
Everyone's going to be watching your show to see this going down.
I think that I think for her to do that is a sign that they are getting the numbers together, and suddenly demoting him would be seen as a very, very, very bold move by her, but also quite a nasty one. So if there is a coup underway, this will get it maybe heading more within the next 3 months than anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think this has been stayed? Well, she can't pull him because she's got what she's done. She's got with some evidence, right? So
Yes.
she's got
I
some
like the
evidence.
photo they've chosen.
Right.
He looks
So what
like
this
he's.
photo says is
Yeah.
he's sleeping with someone.
He looks
That's
like
what it
he's.
says. He's like,
he-
you know,
Dude, someone
It looks like he's just finished. To me.
yeah, that's right. And he's like, that was exhausting, but really, I feel replenished and I'm ready to go.
He's
I'm
just
gonna go
stepped
and
out of a seedy
dirty
hotel.
email. He's written a
What's
dirty
the most
email.
is after allegation of serious National
Yeah.
Party of Collins has demoted former leader Simon Bridges over a complaint about alleged comments he made to a female National MP. Collins announced the shock news late on Wednesday
Hold
night after weeks of speculation that Bridges would soon be challenging for the top role.
Right.
Bridges has been stripped of all of his portfolios and demoted with the support of the National Party board, but did not mention if the caucus had been consulted. Collins said the complaint amounted to serious misconduct. She will hold a press conference on Thursday morning. The decision follows an allegation of serious misconduct relating to Simon Bridges' interaction with a caucus colleague. The case relates to comments made by Mr. Bridges to a female caucus colleague at a function a number of years ago. Having been made aware of the seriousness of the complaint for the first time and the ongoing distress this has caused the complainant,
Ongoing stress.
I was left with no option but to immediately demote Simon Bridges and relieve him of his portfolio responsibilities.
Wow.
She has just knifed him and she shanked him in the
Yeah, she
face.
has.
I mean, with allegations as serious as that.
And years ago,
It's one hell of a party.
she's pulled that out of the bag.
And who's the other minister? Who's the other senior National Party person? Why has it suddenly come to light now? I mean,
The caucusy. Would that be a thing?
that's classic Judith Collins, though. Whoa! To shank him right in the face before he makes a move on her. Wow.
Yeah.
Girlfriend just likes it. Girlfriend wants it more. She wants that job.
Really,
than anything
really does.
But she's
And you've got to
not good at
respect her
the
for
job.
that.
I think she's hideous. I
Oh
think
my
she's
God! You think about it, though. You think about it. He has promoted the most incompetent losers with the National into positions in cabinet, in her shadow cabinet, they would never get under any other leadership ticket. So she has loyalty from people like Simeon Brown. Simeon Brown is a nothing, but Simeon Brown gets so much love under Judith. Simeon Brown loves Judith. So that vote is locked in. And that's what she's done with the cabinet, right? While pushing all the talented people out and giving them nothing. So she has got the naked 51% in that caucus to do whatever she likes, including stabbing Simon Bridges in the face with an allegation of seriousness.
You know, Thane, you saying, you know, she's awful looking or whatever.
No. It's not lit, like she's hideous. She doesn't read the room. She says the wrong stuff. She just doesn't seem relevant anymore.
All of that, that's true.
He was me though.
You can hold on to power.
Do you think?
Politics, that's all this.
Do you think if she was because I find it repulsive as much as you do, so I'll put that there first. But if she was a man, do you think we'd just go, Ooh, yeah, nice one. Do you think we'd respect it more, or do you think it would be just as gross?
Or I don't think. I think Judith does it, and everyone's terrified of Judith. Like she just will slice your throat without even blinking.
Is
And
she competent? Is it coming from a place of smart decision making, or is it coming from a place of just wild anger?
I think that she's incredibly Machiavellian and brilliant at holding on to power, and
Yeah.
she takes out anyone who comes close.
She's
And
thirsty.
she plays politics like a scorpion. She's just boom. There's no back down. And this to take out her lead contender with an allegation as serious as this, that shows that she's prepared to do anything to hold on to power.
Yeah.
That's amazing to do that.
But that becomes kind of lame, though. After a certain amount of time.
I think if you can't
Muldoon
back
do
it
that?
up, if you can't back it up with some good policy and you can't get into the room and dominate, then you look like a bit of a loser, But if she could pull it off, well, she's a winner then, isn't she?
I had to step in and run this bloody thing after you all screwed up with Muller. You're not going to now just spoof me out because you don't like the way I do things. I took one for the team. I'm going to stay on here and fight for 2023. And if you think for 1 second that I'm going to step down, not do it, get pushed out of the job, oh, fuck no. I'm here. I am here to play. And she is just such an absolute battleship and vicious. My God, this is so vicious.
Andrew David Cronk says serious misconduct is such a lazy label. The key defining factor to whether misconduct is serious is whether the misconduct undermines or destroys the trust and confidence you placed in the employee. This is more likely if the misconduct could impact the employee's ability to perform.
Yeah, I also have a problem with how I had no choice but to remove him for his duties or his portfolio. It's like, why was he suddenly handicapped? Like, was he suddenly unable to do his job because of something that happened years ago? I mean, it's a weird way to explain things. You don't have to do that, but you took the opportunity and you seized it and ran with it.
And if you think about it, it's got to be something right up there, right? It's got to be very sexual in nature and it's going to be quite extreme. Did he try and shag someone at a party? Did he say something so offensive?
No. Can I ask a question? Because this might be a bit weird coming from a woman, and I don't want to, rock the boat too much here, but where do we draw the line with asking somebody out, or having a cheeky comment? Because there's something quite nice about that. You do want to be asked out. A bit of a cheeky chat here and there or something would be fine, but then could you go on to then years later say that was a hugely upsetting scenario? Where is the line drawn? Is it because they're co-workers or what? I mean, maybe this guy genuinely liked this person. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I think in a professional setting or in any setting, you get a justice of the peace to sign paperwork to say that you consent to flirting with this person.
Exactly.
Parameters. And if
you get what I'm saying, right?
And if you step outside that, you get crucified. I just think that in this day and age, you say nothing that could be determined as sexual in any way, shape, or form. You just if you want to date and you want to hook up, and if that's where then you go to Tinder or you go to a bar or you go you keep it out of your work environment. Right?
Yeah, you basically have to keep it out of your work environment. But these people do work very hard, and maybe this is
no judgment at all. But sweet Jesus, you just don't want to be part of a meat campaign. I just think
you're saying don't shit where you eat, and that's the bottom line. That's the be all and end all.
Yeah. What we've got here is we've run it through the algorithm. What it says is you basically, and now it's such a connected society, you have to actually match with them online via a digital dating app.
Oh, God,
If you don't do that,
awful.
you legally don't have a contract.
I've just got to contact Simon Bridges. Just hold on.
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah,
text
show
that,
off.
okay.
Yeah, well, now I'm concerned that Thane Kirby's going to get the exclusives.
You should be concerned. You should be concerned. You know that phone call he took.
Hey, hang on.
Okay, well, we've got that.
I just want to make sure that you know his phone number. What's the last couple of digits? I've got.
No, I've got him on my Tinder. Tinder. Twitter. Get him on my Twitter.
Now you're talking.
Whoa, hey.
Hey.
Okay, Andrew says it's all about reception, Sophia. The message may be honest and genuine, but how it's received can be totally fucked up and the intended message is warped and defined by the receiver. That's true. I think, also you probably have to have, it's got to be a two-way swing, doesn't it? You can't just sort of say rude stuff to people if there's no vibe. Don't do that. That's not a thing.
They are hard.
Okay, I'm waiting on him.
Oh, and here's the worst.
Breaking news.
Bombs, you're going to be the second text he's got tonight,
Yeah. What the fuck do you want?
hey, this is big news though. This is huge news. This is possibly going to be world news.
If it lines up, then absolutely. If she's jumped the gun in any way, shape, or form, or doesn't have the evidence that she claims, this gonna get medieval because you've made an allegation about someone's character now.
Yeah, it comes across as a rapey thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's got a rapey vibe,
Right.
and you can't come back from that once you've gone out that way. There's no
also
cleaning up.
Labour, right? Labour must be. Everyone likes to watch a fight from afar. Labour will be loving this.
Well, it's the opposition ripping itself to pieces.
Yeah.
At a time when the government is most vulnerable to criticism as we transition and actually get to a bloody state where we can all get on with our lives, it is bumpy. But if all of the oxygen is taken out of the room because there are serious allegations made against Simon Bridges by the current leader of the party, who he's about to get it on, about to fight with for the leadership. I mean, that's Labour could accidentally set fire to Parliament right now, and no one's going to care. So everyone's looking at this, right?
What are you doing there, Thane? Are you making?
Just blowing my bottle. Hey guys, that's a show. I think from our point of view, we've got open line talkback with Benny Mack carrying on till late. Bomber, thank you very much. A big day for you, no doubt. Your phone will be blowing up.
Well, like you wouldn't believe. If I will be heartbroken if he's on your show first. So
just tune in tomorrow night.
Yeah.
No.
Just
see what you can do. And you know what? Like you too, Bombs. He's promised me the world. Promised you.
Good day to you.
We would never do that to you, Bomber.
See you later, Matt. You can look. You need a big premiere. He's all yours. We're not that kind of show.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bombs.
We love you. Thank you very much. Right, Thane. Hey, good show. It's always a great time with Bomber. I really rate him. I do. He's a good chat.
He is. That's all I've got, really. Thank you very much, everybody, including that Aroha lady. Someone said she's a big deal. Tina Aroha. This has been a live show.
Are you going to go and finish that side salad you're still working on, or what's it?
It's looking a little bit
wilted.
Rough and wilted now.
Oh, no. Oh. All right. What's on the side over there? Is that an egg?
Yeah, which side?
What's on the plate?
No.
Oh,
it's a bit of sauce.
Something or some sauce. Yeah. Oh well, you did well. Have another piece of lettuce and call it a day. Hey, thank you guys for joining us. As always, it's a pleasure. And thank you for taking the time out of your evening to engage with us. We appreciate it.
You got your fans? Someone's calling you a hot mama. There she is. Hot mummering it.
Is that more hot when I do these weird poses? Hey, we're going to leave you with Benny. Have a great night. and see you later. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
With Simon
for 9.
Bridges.
Thank you.
Hey, you guys, it's okay, those guys did such a great show today. The statistics were off the charts. It was rating really well. Exciting times. We've got another great show for you coming right up. The link is in the chat. It is Talking Smack with Benny Mack coming right up. Yo, what's good? It's your brother here, Benny Mack, and we are live on the World Wide Web, and you're watching Talking Smack with Benny Mack, and it's a live talkback show. It's a live talkback show. You can call in now. The lines are open. We are taking your calls. Did you agree with the show? Did you disagree with the show? Have your say. Have your say. And don't go anywhere because, yeah, you know, we got that other hour and it's coming right up. Yep, it's Talking Smack with your brother, Benny Mack. Boom, bye. It's as easy as pie. Live in the chat. Yes, it's a live interactive talk back channel. Boom. Tina Aroha. Now's your opportunity to call in, Tina. The lines are officially opened. You know, we could open up the lines at the beginning of the show, get everyone backstage. I think we might start doing that in the future so that we've got I don't know, the show lined up. Now I have to just hustle for people to call in, so call in the damn show if you want. Now, we were talking about that heavy topic, heavy subject, Carl Rittenhouse. A lot of people not knowing what to take from that type of conversation. Well, take a look at this, guys. This is the live content.
Maybe, I'm saying at least about 20 white dudes from Antifa. You can't get up close on the up on them, man. They just made an example out of that guy.
We got a shooter. So they were letting off fireworks here as well.
So
we are
the
buffering.
white dude I was just talking to, or whatever he is right here, he just got his phone slapped. He got his phone slapped out of him and socked at the same time. This dude right here.
So this is Reg Incognito speaking.
This dude right here got his phone slapped and blindsided.
We will promote his channel.
So the orders you hear about yelling no cameras, them is white boys. Yeah, that's Antifa, man. Oh, he got a gun, baby. Oh, they shooting. Oh, he shot him. Get back. Shot him, man. He shot him.
All right, so this is the footage. I'm just going to switch this over because you could hear it, but you couldn't see anything.
He laid him out.
All right, and now I'm going to bring the volume down like that. Oh, switch this, and we are switching. And that's how we're going to do that, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah. So have your say. We are taking... Okay, pulling the link. Okay, so I'm going to pull the link because I don't want to... because you can hear the audio from that. Good evening. Boom. Tina Aroha showing the Aroha up in the chat there over on Facebook. And Dark says self-defense, 100% self-defense, 1 million billion %. Okay, that's and that's what it worked out to be. Funnily enough, it totally worked out to be self-defense. He was from Kenosha, Wisconsin. He was protecting a car yard from being burnt to the ground, I believe. during a violent. You saw what the circumstances were like in the video. There, it was dark. It was sparse but busy. There were no cars really driving around. Were there? People knew better than that. If you drive through a riot, people are gonna start fucking with your car. Then you're gonna start driving fast through a riot, and then you're gonna start having a lot of obstacles. So that's why you keep cars away from riots. And man, oh man, wild stuff indeed. My intern, the show's intern, is backstage. She's sneaky. She's been hoarding cash. Selena Spain, we're going to bring her through. Selena Spain, welcome to the Wednesday political lineup. How's your show going for you? You're wearing a do-rag tonight.
What's that?
On your hair there, you're wearing the do-rag. That's very appropriate for a show we're discussing, Black Lives Matter. It's awesome. So how did you feel about the beginning of the show?
Oh, there's some big topics there. Pretty intense. Yeah.
Oh, big topics, lots of talking points.
A lot of talking.
Simon Bridges has finally burnt a few too many bridges there.
Right.
And maybe he should have burnt his Tinder account or got gold, because it sounds like he's gone and tried to do a bit of sexy harassment in the workplace, and that's never a good idea.
No. Well, politics, people are always digging up shit on politicians. So it's pretty sad as well.
Yeah, well, that's it. And, maybe what happened is it was a setup. Maybe he was set up by the state. Maybe he got sexually harassed himself. Maybe it was someone that sent him a pussy pic and he had to send a dick pic because he just felt obliged. He wanted to be a good guy and it ended up costing him. I don't know the full story.
Oh, we don't know the full story. We don't.
I'd hate to.
He's probably feeling like shit right now, so think about that.
Yeah, exactly. Aren't we all? I mean, I feel shit thinking that he's got a sex life in the first place, because that's repulsive to me. And so I don't know who's the victim here now, because isn't he the one that we shouldn't be feeling with if the allegations are indeed true? Isn't there a lot of this sort of the victims? What about the victim?
Yeah, well,
what about them?
Did she come forward? I haven't seen the story. Did she come forward?
Did she come forward? I've got no idea.
Yeah.
And frankly, it doesn't really concern me, other than the fact that, Bomber's got obviously, Bomber's connected.
Right.
Bomber's super connected, so obviously he's going to break it down with Bridges. He's going to be doing a special documentary. We're going to be calling it Building Bridges. Obviously, it's a two-part series. The first part's called, Breaking Bridges, Burning Bridges. First one's called Burning Bridges, and the second one's called Building Bridges with Bomber Bradbury. It's alliteration, and it is a marketer's wet dream. So where does it get to? I mean, offensiveness in the workplace. I mean, am I considered? Is what I'm saying. Like, I mean, even me talking about it, trying to make little jokes around the topic. Do I need to be pulled up on that? Do I need to go into HR? Do I need to reassess my psychology here?
No.
Am I the problem?
No, it's fine.
Okay, Jonathan Kimbala. It is, of course, an entertainment show.
Yeah.
We're here, of course, to make light of these topics, to address them in a hilarious manner,
It'll blow over.
and to give examples in real time. If you can't give examples of cringe situations in real time, you're not doing the fan base justice. It's kind of like role playing. It's like, I'm the idiot uncle that's a bit goofy. You're the sort of a little bit nerdy sort of intern. Okay, let's be honest. And and the fans, I mean, they're all
not walks of life.
Warriors, they're cool as fuck.
Yeah, because they take part They contribute.
And even like they're all from all walks of life and all
Yeah.
roles of life, because we've even got wheelchair users.
So all walks of life,
With your
very varied
role
people.
of life.
Because you don't just
Any
want,
sort of-
you don't want to. Sorry, what?
You don't want to start judging people of their outward appearance. What
No.
you want to do is just take them at face value and just accept them as an idiot on the internet trying to fuck with my show. Happens all the time. I accept them. They're cool. I let it slide. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm just trying to work on my broadcasting knowledge. I'm just trying to work in the broadcasting industry. I'm trying to... I'm trying to get Recap Dave on the show, and you know what? I've just summoned him. He's here. He said, you know what? I'm going to do the show. For crying out loud. Did the promo work?
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
It went twice.
It didn't work for me. It went twice,
I
obviously.
saw it twice. We saw it twice.
Well,
We saw
that's
it
how
twice.
special you are, Dave. You're kind of like a special effect, you know?
Hello.
We had to, what it is it's an audio visual cue. What it does is it breaks the show up into segments, okay? It creates a chronological map for the viewer, for the listener, for someone maybe they're watching it live now, they're enjoying the full experience, they're really trying to get in here and manipulate the energy in the show. You know what we'd say? We'd say it's Recap Dave. Tell me your life story.
That was a double banger just then. That was good. Anyway, how are you tonight, Matt, Benny Mack?
Firing on all cylinders, and of course,
Selena, how are you,
Thane,
Selena? How are you
third
doing?
intern, she's doing super good,
Good.
and she's got a do-rag on tonight. Some people consider it an African-American style headdress.
Yeah.
Others might even call it a hairnet.
Well, I have to know
how-
why did that at the beginning of the show
Yes, buddy.
it said just losing you just a sec.
Yeah, we'll just relax. Try and stay in, try and line up your things before you get on the show. Great user tip. Okay, so let's recap Dave. He's just gone for a walk. As we say, all walks of life. I think he's gone for a walk around the block, but we'll get him back on the show real soon. Do you agree with Dave? Do you disagree with Dave? Do you want to talk back with Dave? Or you can talk back with Benny Mack or Selena Spain over there.
I wonder if he has a
hairnet.
song.
Oh, he's always got a song. Best not to ask. Best not to even go there right now. Because I tell you, I'll have to let him in because we've got a very special guest on the tonight's show. Recap Dave. What's the situation occurring at you? And I understand you're having one of those
best big smartphones.
Yeah, he's got a big smartphone and he's got a
I was
bouncer.
holding my smartphone and I dropped it off the bed.
Oh,
holding it
that's
up to my face. I'm holding it. You know, I've actually.
I've got to
You know
tell
what
you.
I've also done? I've thrown it. I've dropped the phone onto my face before when I'm holding them up. I've dropped one onto my head and my face.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you about that. I can give you a tip, man, because that's
What?
a really sort of, that's a move of a real sort of, I'm going to be blunt, I'm an idiot. I know this because I've done that. I've done that once to myself in the past.
So do I.
And then I realized the trick is you just move your head out the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you don't just sit there and go, oh fuck, I've done it again. I've just hit myself in the head with my cell phone. You move your head. You know why you move your head? Because it's movable, you damned clown.
Your head can move, yeah.
Yeah, your head can move. But I had to figure that out myself too. And I'm glad that you mentioned it because I feel as if I can tell you in a forceful yet loving way.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, you know the beginning of the show, it said it mentioned the word replay or something. So was
That
it
was a
live
typo.
or was it live
that
or
was
replay?
yesterday. The beginning of the show was live. Yesterday's show was a replay, and that was a operator technical transmission anomaly in the system. I think what there might have been is some sort of a solar storm, and it took out the repeater. I had to get up on top of the house at 3 a.m. in the morning.
What do you
in the middle
mean?
of a thunderstorm. I've got no idea, Dave.
No,
We're
but
going to move.
But you know when they said replay, was that a mistake? What they wrote, was it actually really live?
Are you able to are you upside down?
Was it really live, or was it a replay, or was it writing? Was it writing
I'm going to
wrong on
simplify
it?
it. I'm going to stop talking
I can answer
absolute
it.
Yeah.
gobbledygook. Oh yeah, here we go. The intern's onto it. Thank you.
Okay, Dave. Last night I scheduled a replay from last week with Bomber and Ed McKnight, and then tonight it accidentally someone else published that for today, but forgot to take out the replay. So it was live. It was live. So I was on a chat with a bot or a human about the quirks of this restream site, and they've taken on board my feedback, and they're going to keep me in the loop and update me with any progress and new features.
But you know, Thane, was Thane on live tonight or not?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why did we do a replay last night?
Because we couldn't find a guest. But
oh, for crying out loud!
Yeah.
We should have just done. We should have just done the damn.
Yeah, we should have. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was live as well.
But people.
Selena told me it was a replay.
Yeah.
Selena texted me it was a replay yesterday. You didn't, you just Selena? You texted me it was a replay, and that's how I realised yesterday it was a replay. So I didn't know if tonight was a replay as well. Yeah. Okay. Oh, good. Yeah, that's good.
That's a great question.
That's nice. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a nice question.
So now,
and we're never.
At least we know now. At least we know. At least we know.
Yeah.
At least we know.
Yeah.
It would be nice to know.
It's not like nice to not know.
No one told me, Dave.
It's not very good thing. It's not very good to not know things.
I set up the studio. I got in position. I was ready for the show, and you know what?
Really?
It was a motherfucking replay.
Oh, we're so sorry. I don't know how that.
I was highly offended.
Yeah.
I actually considered getting on and deleting the show.
Oh.
What show? What show?
What show? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is your opportunity to call in live. Why? Because it's Open Mac, frickin' talking smack with Benny Mack, and we need to get you on the show. Get over to YouTube right now. Okay, we are broadcasting on YouTube, and we are getting to that time of the show. It's almost 20 past 10. Oh my God, it's time of the night. We're looking for part-time workers. Are you a part-time worker? Are you looking for part-time employment? Do you want to make real money? Maybe you need a couple of extra dollars this side of Christmas. Maybe you want do a little bit of mahi and get a couple of treats. That could be an opportunity where you got to call the show. You got to get in here. I want to know your freaking life story. Give it to me. I can take it. I've seen a man burn alive. What you seen, sucker? Anyway, we've got this new part of the show. I'm excited to bring it to you. It's got an intro and everything. Recap Dave's going to be my co-host on this part of the show. Let's go. All right, it's high value item. It's that time of the show. We need to discuss that high value item. Now, Dave, we talked to you about the chariot the other day. Of course, that was probably, I think that we could have got $75 for that item. Someone spoke about maybe smelting it down. Down the thing and turning it into something else. The chariot item.
Oh no, it's only small. It's only small, yeah.
It It was too small to melt down. We couldn't turn it into anything substantial. We couldn't convert it into sort of precious metals. Now,
did you think you would get $75 for it?
I was hoping that we could try and find the right buyer.
Yeah,
I was hoping we could find the right buyer.
But I fixed it and I like it now. I like it.
Yeah, well, I think I want to let you hang on to it. But what I'm saying and what I'm thinking is, we've seen the kittens. Did you manage to get any new batteries for the kittens?
No. Oh no, there's one. No. I realised one's still got a battery in it. It was talking.
Oh, superb.
Yeah.
Are we able to find it? Are you able to locate that kitten for us?
Well, I'm not there. I'm not there at the moment. I'm not there. I'm at
we're at a different location.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay, so we're not in a situation to show you that particular item. We're not sure if it's a high-priced item or a low-priced item. But yeah. Okay, Tina Aroha, welcome. Come back through. Why don't you give us a call? We need to get your opinion on this whole sort of situation. We're trying to sell items, and actually, funnily enough, fishing items. Recap, Dave. Have you ever gone fishing, mate? Have you ever taken?
When I was young, we used to. We have fished. I have gone fishing in my whole lifetime about 25 times in my life.
Now, how was that experience for you? What were some of the highlights from that? Did you ever catch a marlin?
I think I only caught a fish about three times. Yeah, little wee fish.
Maybe you were catching sprats.
I don't know. I actually don't remember catching much of a fish to eat. I might have once or something. Yeah.
Okay, my guy. Okay. Now, Dave, we have got old mate. Why don't we get Jonathan Kompala? Jonathan Kompala, do you need the link? I can supply it. I would be honored to. I'm going to go right across to the YouTube console right now. Dave, why don't you talk to the people at home about how they can support the show by selling any useless items that they own.
Yeah.
And of course, sending us the money.
All right, everyone. Now listen, everyone. This show is. There are so many people with things that they don't need that are cluttering up the garage. They're cluttering up the basement, cluttering up the spare room, and you don't really need them. And you could make money on them. And if you don't make the money, someone else could, quite easily. And Benny Mack needs money for the show to keep running, and for just to keep the show running costs money. And he like your items, and he can sell them. He knows how to sell them and advertise them on a Trade Me type of selling platform. And I think they can even use this show to sell. So if you want to part with your items, you give them to Benny Mack. You ring up and you try and sell them with Benny Mack. I don't know if you put them on the show. You ring up and show your items to Benny Mack first, or you try and sell them with him by displaying them on the program, and that will be really good. And this is really amazing. So. This can happen.
And
this
then I get all the money, And then I get all the money, Dave?
And just think all that clutter, all that junk, all that stuff that's just cluttering up your warehouse, your whole garage, you could sell, and you could give Dave, that money to Ben, and he can keep the show running for months and years longer.
In the future. Okay, Dave, and we've got the name. Remember, what's the name of the what's the name of the show where we sell the high value item?
I forgot what. What? It's called High Value Item.
Yeah, you're damn right it is, my guy. It's called damn.
You actually said item. You said what's the name of the show that we sell? The High Value Item, and it's called High Value Item. Yeah, it's good.
It's a hell of a show.
Pardon?
So we've got Selena Spain. We've got Selena
Yeah.
Spain on the show. Selena, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
From what we understand, you have currently got a high value item.
Yeah.
Tell us about your high value item. We're interested to know. We are perplexed as to what it could possibly be.
Well, it's an outdoor sport. It could be a hobby. It could be just something that you do on Sundays. You could
A recreational activity.
Yeah, you could put a note on your door, so and it says "Gone fishing," and actually go. So it's a fishing rod.
It is a fishing rod. It is actually even better than that. It's a game fishing rod. It's brand new. It's in the box. What's the brand name on that again? Are we able to find that link?
Yeah. Shimano.
Yeah, cool. Great. Oh, it's a Shimano.
Yeah, it's quite a, is that a good one? Yeah.
That's a great brand. They make high quality items, high tech, lightweight, good value for money, good quality, high value item.
I guess you keep it.
Well, if you get high value money for it, then we're able to keep the show on the air, and because I'm doing all the groundwork,
oh really?
You know, getting all the money, you know, I take a percentage of the money.
Benny Mack,
the lights on.
Benny Mack?
Recap.
I'm just saying, I'm not going to allow people though to flaunt their items on the show like I did with that chariot and then take it back and say, no, I don't want to sell it. If you are going to put this stuff on the video, on the TV, on this program, on this video program, you can't just flaunt your stuff. People can't flaunt their stuff to show off their stuff. I don't want Benny.
It's not an exhibition of
what I did was wrong. What I did was wrong. Showing that chariot on TV to show off and then saying, no, I want to keep it. No one else is allowed to do that. I did it, but no one else can do that. Yeah. So if you want to show, anyone that wants to show off any item has to give it to Benny Mack to sell, or has to sell it themselves and give the money to Benny Mack. Yeah. And all the money and not just some of it. Yeah.
Hey, Dave, give me your bank account, man. I need to send you money.
What do you mean?
You're a fucking genius.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, most of the time, Selena and I say we don't want to sell things. So why are we even talking? You can't even talk about something unless you want to sell it. Don't just talk about something unless you can't keep everything forever. Everyone, things don't last forever, and if something lasts, some things last forever. Nothing lasts forever, not even human life. But you can't keep things forever. We don't live forever.
Okay, Dave.
Things don't last forever. We need the money for the sale program to carry on, and you just can't save things and store things and never use things. They need selling, and we need the money, and we need the show. We need the money. We need the money for the program to keep carrying on. Benny needs the money, not me. Benny does. I'm not using the money. It's for Benny. He needs the money to keep this show running, and he's going to use your high value item to sell and make money. Lots of money.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, Dave. He's come a long way. He's really what's the word? Intuitive. He's become very intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing great.
Yeah. Yes.
He's doing great. He's fucking
right.
doing great.
He's right. Someone else should enjoy the item now.
Oh, Kiwi Bear Muzzle's gone. I was just about to bring him in. I was just making room to bring in another guest that we had backstage, Kiwi Bear Muzzer. Unfortunately, he'll be back. He will be back. It is 10:30. High value item. We're still in the show. Have we got that rod? Did we want to promote it on the show?
Oh, yeah. Do you want the link?
Where are you going to pull it after Dave's rousing? How did you feel about that? It's almost, he was quite powerful, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was very yeah.
Was that quite a warning for you? Did you take that as a bit of a warning?
Well, he can be quite. I don't know how to say it, but it's just like he's quite in your face. So
yeah, he can be quite in your face, but he was quite right. I feel as if he was.
I agreed.
He was speaking a lot of truth.
Yeah, and he is quite wise. So I think he's right. He's right about it should be enjoyed by someone else. But I've put the reserve up. I know. Because there's so much interest. So
Geo, yeah, because it's not called low value item. It's called
high
value item.
Yeah.
Okay, so anytime I sort of set it up like that, it's not this. It's called. You've got to kind of try and be receptive. Land with the high value item line. It's going to be hilarious. The punters are going to love it. I already love it. I already think it's the funniest thing I've ever heard. The fishing rod. Gio, did you win a fishing rod? No, you're buying the damn rod. Put your Visa details in the transpose all the credit card information into the chat. We're gonna charge you for the rod. Make sure that you include a postage and mailing address, because I don't want to be stuck storing the damned rod. I don't fish anymore. I just go down to the damn fish and chip store. It's quicker.
So
it's quicker.
Where's does anyone want to perform anything? I think that'd be really nice if someone just broke the ice and did that.
Well, yeah. I mean, we were scheduled to have a open line talk back from 9:30, but that
went out
that
the
was
window.
A shot in the dark. Okay, so we have got our brother back here, Recap Dave. Recap Dave, we took your advice on the chin. We think you spoke honestly and from the heart, and I think that you spoke, frankly, a lot of truth.
Hi, Laura.
And Dave, what are your thoughts on this rod? Have you seen this fishing rod before? Were you on the show when we looked at it last time?
I'm looking at it now. I'm seeing it now.
Okay, so it's at 135.
Just hang on just a sec, Benny. Laura, are you leaving now? Oh, hi. I'll see you in about 5 minutes. I'm just on my phone. I'm on a video call.
Actually, we'll let you go and see her up now if you like.
Oh no. I'll just say I can see I'll see her in 5 minutes. It's just a friend of
perfect.
Laura.
You feel free to go as soon as you need to.
She was just saying hello.
At this item, it's a Shibano fishing rod. It's called the Grappler BB. It's currently at 135. The reserve has been met. There are 14 people who have added this item to their watch list. We have got a certain fraction of this. Why are you choosing, just out of curiosity, don't take any offense of this, why are you choosing to use Trade Me when you could be listing it on Facebook? Do you prefer the auction process?
No, well, I could use. I've only really bought a few things off Marketplace Facebook, so maybe that would be better because Trade Me they charge so much, I think. So.
Yeah, well, that's it.
And no one's actually placed.
That is it.
Or has someone actually placed a bid? Because I had like 3 offers already.
Well, does it say reserve met?
It says, well, I had 2 offers, but it's too low, so I'm ignoring them.
Oh, current bid 135. Right. What's the buy price?
I took the buy off, and I raised it to 7.
What's the reserve?
It's
reserve not met.
Yeah, it's higher than that.
Have you priced this item up online as to its retail worth?
Well, I was trying to find, because I found other Shimanos, but they didn't match this model, B631, or the exact specs. So, I mean, I think it's a bargain, really.
It looks like an absolute bargain to me.
Yeah.
If you want to get involved, if you want to snap up this rod, it is online. Who knows what the reserve is going to be? It could be $500, but it might be $136. You got to be in to win. It's available now on trademe.co.nz. Hey, there may be some courier service delays because expected delivery times and timeframes have been stretched out due to Christmas period and, of course, supply chain and COVID-19 safe trading guideline policies that are in effect. So always shop safely.
Did I say
Recap Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, Selena, Spain, what's your opinion on that?
Did I say pick up only on that listing?
You're going to go and need to research that because I've already closed that window. I have moved on for the rod. It's a high value item, and I think that brings us to the end of that segment.
Yeah.
So, on that segment, thanks for watching another segment. What was that segment called, Dave?
Recap Dave.
Yep, and what was the name of the previous segment that we just hosted? The
High quality item.
That's right.
I saw it's high value item. I said high quality item.
You certainly did, and that is Recap Dave and Selena Spain, two of our staff. Actually, Recap Dave is my adopted son. He's twice my age. But I love him like a son. I adopted him, and I gave him $25 a week, and a little cardboard box next to the dryer, and he's quite happy. Isn't that right, Dave?
Sorry, that's funny.
And when your pillow gets a bit thin, you just reach over to the dryer and grab a little bit more dryer lint. And you just pack out the pillow with a little bit of leftover cotton, don't you?
What are you saying? What does that? Are you saying? I'm a little cat or something? A little cat.
Okay, so we are live on Talking Smack with Benny Mack, and I'm talking absolute smack on tonight's show. Half the things that come out of my mouth, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know where I am. I don't know who these people are, why I'm here. I'm perplexed to think that I even made it out of bed this morning, let alone had a productive and rewarding day. Ladies and gentlemen, Geo in the chat. Wow, it is Geo in the chat saying, I'm hanging in to support ya. I feel like I'm eavesdropping on an energetic but boring sales advert. That you are. I used to sell the Lemonator, and what it was a little tap, and you screw it into the side of the lemon, you massage the lemon, pop the lid, and you can pour the lemon, and it was called the Lemonator, and that was available commercially 86 through 89, the golden years. Okay, here we go. Kiwi Bear Dave, Kiwi Bear Muzza, rather. What do you think of that, Kiwi Bear Dave? Kiwi Bear Muzza.
Yeah, Kiwi Bear Muzza, yeah.
Okay, cleared that one up. Okay, so what do we got here? Recap Dave. Dave is a high quality item. We should actually do that as well, because we've got the high value item. We also should have another show called the high quality item. We could have a show called the low quality item. Okay, so we're having a good old time here on the internet, and if you're watching one of up to 10 places on the World Wide Web, I implore you to take the time now to pack up shop wherever the damn hell you are and get your sweet ass over to YouTube. And I ask you sincerely to forgive me for those 240p low res graphic integrations that I play all the time, because I can't afford the high res version. I think they might even have a watermark on there somewhere. Irregardless of this facts, those facts, and any other facts mentioned on tonight's show, we've got Pepe's bot. Selena Spain.
Yeah.
We've got a request here. Can you please do a barrel roll?
Well, how on earth do you do that sitting at a table?
By getting up from where you're sitting and by doing a barrel roll.
Actually, in a space where there is room to do that, but I'm not going to do that because I'm wearing a skirt. So no.
Well, are you able to maybe go back there? Put on some sort of physical education friendly item, and we need to. I feel that we need to comply if we can. I'm just hoping that you're able to deliver on the request to do a barrel roll.
Well, I don't think it'll be very entertaining, really.
Well, I think that's one of the coolest suggestions that we've had on the show. What about you, Dave? Are you able to do a barrel roll?
What's a barrel roll? What's that?
Is it?
You basically have to roll like a barrel. You have to find a safe spot to roll as if a barrel's being rolled. You know how, like, if you want to roll a barrel, you have to either put it on your side or you sort of roll it on its edge.
A barrel.
Well, he's
barrel roll.
He's already lying down, so just roll off the bed, Dave.
Yeah. Set up your phone as a wide
shot.
Oh,
you mean a barrel, like a barrel, like a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, or like a barrel of wine.
Oh, barrel, like, yeah, barrel. Yeah, I know, a barrel of wine. A barrel.
It's kind of like a roly-poly.
Barrel.
It's like a roly-poly.
Yeah, I know what a water barrel is. A barrel of wine or water.
Yeah. So if you can do a barrel roll, do you think you could do a barrel roll where you are?
Yeah,
what would be really cool is if you could set the camera up for a wide shot. Are you just going to do it live?
Yeah, we'll try to.
Okay.
No.
He's taking the phone with him.
That's all right.
Maybe you should start from standing up. Stand up first, I reckon, and then roll, and then stand up on the other side of the bed.
You see me rolling?
Yeah, you need to roll right over, upside. Okay, I'm just going to check.
It doesn't show me rolling.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to quickly check. Okay, cool. I've just muted him briefly. Chat, Pepe's bot. Was that suffice? Was that an acceptable barrel roll?
We need the link in YouTube, Benny. It's at the top.
Oh, Gio, go over to Benny Mack on YouTube. It's pinned. I've pinned it over on my personal YouTube channel. Yeah, so if you go to Benny Mack on YouTube, there's 5 people over there watching right now, which is wonderful. I appreciate every one of you. It's shameless self-promotion. I'm gonna play the dang graphic if you like, but don't make me play it again because it's only in. Is he still rolling? Oh, he set the phone up. Yeah, that's it. You've set the phone up.
Oh, so proud of you, Dave.
Great. Okay, yeah, so that's it. He did a barrel roll. Okay,
was that
well
a
done,
barrel
Dave.
roll?
You just did a barrel roll. That was acceptable.
I tried to.
I
tried to. There's not enough room to do a proper barrel roll here.
Yeah,
on the spare, off the spare. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Benny.
There we go.
Mack.
Pepe's bot, the person that requested it, it is suffice. Tina Aroha has said that you have rolled. And we've got other people in the chat is saying things like a barrel roll is a backflip 180. So that could have been explained in the initial request. Just to clarify, because I think it's important to be thorough with details. Oh, we have got someone joining us in chat. I'm just going to place our workers backstage and bring through this this person. One moment, please, workers. And I believe that is Pepe.
Being met undercut. Yeah, barrel.
Highly exciting. And is that you, Pepe, on the line? I believe we're having a technical difficulty there. We do believe to have lost Pepe, but thank you very much for calling in. We appreciate you to the fullest. Now, recap, Dave.
Yep.
Mate, it's been a pretty big show. We've got another 15 minutes in the show.
Yep.
I've just got to remove someone's comment here.
Can I read it?
No.
Tell me what they said. I want to know the truth.
No,
what did they say?
No, that's
was it something negative about me?
No.
Please tell me.
It was. We'll talk about it after the show, okay?
Pardon?
Too much. We will talk about it after the show.
I want to hear about it.
Yeah, well, just because you want something doesn't make it so. Okay? It's how the world works, my friend. I want seldom gets. In a world of things fair and unfair, things just and unjust, sometimes some things are untenable. Okay, looks like we've got my brother here. Brother, is that you, OG Geezer?
Oh, I'm on your live. What am I even joining? This is not even fucking StreamYards, huh?
It is. This is Restream. It's a Restream studio link.
It was hard for me to join. I had to finagle my default sound device. But my microphone, can you hear my microphone okay?
Absolutely, my brother. I'm reading you loud.
Oh, my
and clear,
good times
my
is so jealous of you right now because he's live and he's trying to get me on his.
Oh, you're kidding, my friend. Oh, my God. Well, we all we're doing is what we do. Now, explain to the viewers there a little bit about yourself.
I'm nobody, really. I'm just a regular guy, just like you. That's all.
Yeah, so you work in the live streaming industry. You've got some sort of hustle going behind the scenes.
I go live and I do IRL, as much as I can. And then I try to not do so much desktop shit or like indoor shit, but I do pizza reviews. I'm known for my pizza reviews, yeah.
Oh, dude. Now, I've got this particular type of pizza that I've been really enjoying lately.
Hey, big up to fucking New Zealand, by the way. Big up to the Kiwis. Big up to fucking Australia.
Yeah.
Big up
to Fiji water.
Yeah, big up to the Maori warriors and shit, dude. I like Maoris. They do the dance. They do the dance. Like, fuck, I'm going to learn that dance, dude, when they do the Maori fucking war dance, dude.
Absolutely, dude. You got to get involved. And also, we've got a UFC fighter, Israel Edianza. He's Kiwi. Izzy? The anime guy? Anyway. OG Geezer on the line.
Yeah, don't let I'm not fucking ignorant. I'm not dumb. I'm fucking
who I'm talking about.
To all cultures. Yeah, I understand.
Hey, dude.
Yeah,
he actually he lived in my suburb. He has his house is around the corner from my house. Geezer, I've got to introduce you to this guy. His name is Recap Dave. He is unlike anything else possibly that you've ever met. He is Recap Dave.
Hi, Geezer.
Hi, Recap Dave.
Hi.
How are you doing, man?
Hi.
Hope all is well, man. What's going on, Chief?
Or are you a game player? Do you play those those cyber games?
I don't even know, dude. But I'm just chilling, dude.
But
I mean,
are you a gamester?
Yeah, I'm not really. No, I'm not affiliated with any gangs. I'm just like down with an organization. My fucking organization is not a fucking gang. It's called the OG Militia, OGX. So yeah, we're
not games, not gangster, gamester. Game. You play games. The games.
Yeah. I'm not really a gamer. I just play Sim City or Sims and Ages of Empire and some old school shit. You know, Counter-Strike, whatever.
Because I go way back. I used to play the Atari video and Sega video games in the 80s. Remember Atari and Sega?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to check out
Atari. Is Atari machines still around? Can you still get one?
You can get an emulator, yeah, but they have Atari 2600 still around, dude. But you can get emulator for your PC. You can just.
What about an Atari 800 or 400 computer? Can you get one of those?
I only the top that I ever fucked with was 2600.
Okay, yeah. So he's our he's basically calls up every night. And he's what he describes himself as a constant caller. He actually calls up New Zealand radio stations as well. He's been doing it for like the last 20 years. And
big up to New Zealand. Big up to the Kiwis, dude. I love New Zealand. I love the Kiwis. It's a beautiful country, dude. You got so much beautiful scenery, and like big up to Australia too. If they cross the pond over there, cross that little ocean.
Yeah, dude. That's someone saying Geezer trying to sound like a normal person. Hey, Geezers can be civilized, man.
No, I mean, I just like, I just want to like, just big up the fucking the Kiwis, dude, and big up the like the Aussies and shit, dude. In this, but I love Kiwis more, and I love fucking Maori warriors. I like the Maoris and shit. They're fucking
dude. Well, the New Zealand international borders are opening up again next year. Early 2022, I think April, something like that. So book your ticket, and it could be you. It could be you getting attacked by a Maori warrior.
Man, I just hope they don't want me. I'm gonna get like a my fucking COVID passport is probably gonna be like fake because I don't believe in that.
You're gonna get.
I'm immune to it. I'm immune to it. I have fucking superior blood, you know?
Yeah, buddy. I hear you. You are a majestic lion, and as we all know that it cannot be transmissible to the animal kingdom.
Yeah, big up to the animal kingdom. Big up to where you're from. And it's a beautiful country.
Shout out.
Really beautiful country, dude. I watched a lot of your stuff, dude, and it's fucking beautiful, dude. You know.
Thank you. Now, we've got a question from Tina Aroha, and the word Aroha is the Maori word for love. So, Tina Love, she asks, hey, Benny, how many glasses do you own? Thank you, Geezer. So I think that question's
I have like
you, Geezer.
I have like 4 spares right now. I have 4 spares, you know. So yeah, because this breaks, then I have like 3 or 4, and you know. But this is
yeah.
You know, they're reading glasses. I only need this to read, but I'm farsighted. So if I ever get into a fist fight, I take the glasses off. I mean, if I'm ever going to get fisticuffs, I just need this for reading. I can't read the chat with it. But if I'm ever going to get into a fight with somebody, I'm taking the glasses off and I'm throwing hands, you know, and doing fucking mutual combat if I have to. Just like a Maori. Big up the Maori warriors, dude. I love them. I love the fucking Maori. I love the fucking whole principle. You know, big up to the Maoris, big up to fucking Kiwis, big up to New Zealand. I love fucking Maoris. Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate you. Now we've got Pepe here. Pepe, we are live. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the broadcast. Do you have a question for OG Geezer?
Yeah. Geezer, did you Attila... No. Geezer, what's the plans? Any new plans? Any IRL?
Attila's married right now. He needs to take care of his pregnant woman.
What about
I
Geezer?
think Attila is just going to focus on fucking Jewel, and I think
do you miss him?
Once he has a kid.
You miss him?
No, I don't miss him at all.
You miss your buddy. You miss punching him. You miss attacking him. You miss calling him a faggot.
Not really. I just didn't want that confrontation at all. He's the one who instigated every fucking confrontation we ever had.
Yeah, he's a strange guy. And Pepe, do you have any other questions rather than charge statements?
Questions. IRL when, Geezer?
Tomorrow, probably, right? Geezer? You'll be
Yeah, I'm gonna do
RV?
usually I take Monday and Tuesdays off, and then maybe I'll mess around with some podcasts.
What about RV? Joining any of the RVs?
No, I'm not really equipped for RVs because I'll end up going to jail if I max somebody out. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, if I go on any RV, I'm gonna fucking like actually kill somebody with my bare hands. So I'd rather not. I'd rather avoid. Well, it's going to end up happening because these fucking assholes, just fucking trolls and fucking leeches and shit. You know.
Do you have any statement on the Chicken and Alice breakup?
Well, the whole thing was, I think everything has been scripted, and then Chicken, he paid that chick. Actually, offline, he paid that one nerd chick who's kind of pretty. She's kind of pretty. The vegan shit. Vegan.
The giraffe.
Yeah. She's
Giraffe
kind of.
Andy.
Yeah, giraffe. She's not that bad looking, you know, and you know.
Yeah.
I think he paid her money to like, hey, come on to me, and then he's in Hollywood, man. I don't know. I hope he like fucking Hampton Brandon, and it was really unfair too. He pepper sprayed Hampton Brandon like. Hampton Brandon's gonna fucking fillet him like a fish. That's all I know. Hampton Brandon's coming back for that fool. If it's 1-on-1, why do you need to use pepper spray? So Chicken.
Hey, Geezer.
Yeah.
We've got a Kenyan scammer, but he's some people believe he's genuine. This guy, Kevin Nayundai. Hello, and brother, sister. I hope you are fine by the help of the Most High God. Only reminding you about the problem that I have. I'm still in need of help. May God touch somebody to help me. And he needs all this money to fix his car.
Geezer left.
He needs all the money to fix his car. Okay, Geezer's gone. We are going to bring back our show intern, Selena Spain. Nayundai's back. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah.
That's
He's been
huge.
his car's been broken down a week now.
At least 10 days,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, he's persistent, right? It's just sort of like he's still. I wonder if he's messaged Dave again, asking for money. Strange.
I'd love to find out. Let's cross over to Dave. Dave, are you there to receive this question?
Battery, just a sec.
Okay.
He's texted me. He told me, just a sec, I've got this. Hang on a sec.
I've got 2 pairs of shades. This is an answer for Tina Aroha. I've got two pairs of shades.
Why?
He
Okay.
I'm charging it. He
What
gave
happened, Dave?
me a text. I can read it. I can read it to you. I'll go to my other phone and I'll read it.
Great. Have you sent him any money?
Basically, the gist of it is that he sent a good Samaritan parking the car for him. He's got about last I heard of him a couple of days ago, he's got about a third of the money from the church and everything, and he's got about 15. He's got about 30,000 shillings or something, and he still needs 47 or something thousand. Yep.
Okay, so the thing is, the maths don't add up.
I've got it here. I've got the message here. Here it is. I parked to a good Samaritan who told me to go and look for the money for the mechanic. From now am at home. So he's at home now. Continue to look for the way I can get cash now. The remaining 47 KSH. From now have 37 KSH. Remain 47 KSH. And that was 2 days ago.
Okay, exciting times and very.
That was yesterday morning, early yesterday morning. Yeah.
Exciting times and exciting updates. Thanks so much for that update recap, Dave. Boom. What a freaking massive show again. And just like that, the show is over. Selena Spain, we appreciate you for getting on the line and helping us do it once again.
I don't really do much. But I did have a song, but no one else called in.
You take the compliment, damn it.
Okay.
Take the compliment, damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And what a epic show it was indeed. I am your host, Benny Mack. I am talking smack 6 nights a week. Unless they just decide to replay, then it's 5. And then if I decide to replay, it's 4. But anyway, you can watch us over on YouTube. You can watch us over on Facebook. But what we ask is for you to slap a like on it, comment, get interactive. If you don't want to call, just type. That's fine. The chat is always running, and I'm always trying to keep on top of it because trust me, Daddy, sometimes it gets a little out of control. I want to take this opportunity to say thanks up to Hayden Brown, and also big up Ben Littler, and of course shout out to Tina Aroha for getting involved. Now, these are the other ones I've got. TA. These are the ones that I used to do the show with. These are the new ones that I do the show with. Hey, and we're still doing the freaking show. And what's the name of the show? Well, it's Talking Schmack with Benny Mack.